What is going on, everybody? I hope everyone had a happy new year. And before we get into the gameplay here, wanted to announce a few things. One, obviously, it's been a while since I've done a short video like this with the, added commentary and sped up footage. And I think I'm going to start making these again, which should be very good. Also, we have been doing live streams. But it's kind of in that point where the new season is almost upon us, and I think it's a good time for me to... There's a couple of things I need to do in my personal life and take care of. So probably not going to be streaming as much just until the new season starts. Just going to take care of what I need to and get all set up to really go hard on the new season. And since we're only getting like 3 to 5 viewers, which I'm very appreciative, those viewers in the live stream, I think once the new season starts, I'm going to make it a, more than a goal to stay at as high as I can top globally, so that way we can draw more people into the stream, build a bigger community, make it more fun for everyone to watch. I also think with the new synergies that will be coming in, it's going to be really good for the channel. So I just want to let you guys know that, and we will get into this game. So this game, I'll be doing my favorite build. If you've watched the streams, you've seen me do it a couple times, and that's Cyborg Tank Wrestler Empire. And in this game in particular, we had a 3-star Guinevere, which you're going to see how strong she is. She's pretty much untouchable late game. Now, setting this up at the start here, we're just looking for any 2 stars we can get. Obviously looking for a Jawhead. Want to stay over 20 gold. Hit points didn't really matter too much because we are going for a synergy or an item. But you want to make sure you always find Carmilla when you're doing this build, like before you start to upgrade, because she is going to be really hard hero to find later on, especially since everyone is doing wrestler or mage builds now. She is a super hard hero to find, so just make sure you have her before you move on. If you're getting a ton of sabers at the start, feel free to try and 3-star him. But if there are a lot of people buying out sabers, don't even worry about it. Just keep him at 2-star. Now we went for the defense item here because we don't really need any attack items unless they are mage for this build. So defense plate is perfect for Jawhead. It's going to keep him alive longer and just going to deal out additional stuns. So even if you can get a revive item on him, it's going to be good. And if not, go for a magic lifesteal or an enchanted talisman, which would be really good for Odette. Now we have everything, all of our core heroes to 2-star. So core heroes being Jawhead and Saber, really. So now at this point, you want to be looking out for your tanks because they're going to go in next. We got lucky and got a Tigreal on that roll, and we got another Mincetar. Now the key thing about this build at mid-game is you want to have your tanks at 2-star because it's really going to help your team out a lot. That initial burst damage, and it's going to allow you to get your wrestler stuns out and pretty much just control the game in your favor. So you can see here we're just able to stun them out. They had quite a few more heroes than us, but there's no problems there. So let's see if I upgrade. Looks like I got another saber, so I only need 2 more sabers. So I probably will just keep rolling to see if I can get him 3-star since I only need a few more. Now really nice to get that Tigreal to 2-star also. So now both of our tanks are at 2-star. Which really means that we can fully progress. We can really start focusing on upgrading this commander. Go ahead and get the, I think that's Twilight Armor there. Put it on Jawhead. You want to make Jawhead as tanky as you can because he already does great damage by himself. Now we got the 3-star Saber, which that'll happen some games it won't. Just don't focus too much on him. If you see a lot of other people building him, don't even worry about getting him to 3-star because he's not going to have any items. Here it was just very easy for it to happen, so you let it happen. Now definitely time to upgrade, especially since we have these 2 tanks in there already at 2-star. Now once you get to this point, you guys need to keep your eyes out on Sicilian, keep your eyes out for Guinevere, keep your eyes out for, well, you can't get Odette until you're level 7, but keep your eyes out for all of them. And keep your eyes out for Johnson. So the Chow and Diggy will be traded out. And as soon as we have enough room to upgrade and put these tanks in. Once we're able to put the tanks in, our team is going to be so much stronger. Not only because of the shield, but because of the positioning. We're going to be able to put Carmilla right at the front, put Jawhead on the side, which you will see right here. And it makes it so the other team has to come to us. And it's going to make it so our wrestler effect, our stuns, are all close together. And it makes your team so much stronger once you get to this point right here. I would consider this like the mid game. Now, I don't think we'll lose this round, but either way, not too big of a deal since it's the round right before the Fate Box. Notice how I still keep my items on Jawhead, even though Saber is 3-star. That's because he's a wrestler, he's putting out the stuns, and Saber is not, yeah. So definitely want that Empire synergy because Empire is mixed in with this build, as I stated at the start. So anytime you see an Empire synergy, make sure you grab that. In order to get 6 Empire with this build, you need 1 synergy and an upgrade. Or 2 Empire synergies, whichever one you can do. Now this build also works okay without any synergies or without an upgrade. You will just be at 4 Empire instead of 6. So obviously 6 is better, and that's what we're going to try to achieve. Now our team is looking very thick because everything is leveled up well. And now the opponents are really going to have some trouble with us. And we're looking great on gold. That's one of the good things about this build is having that Chow and Diggy in there and having room for them. It just all kind of works well together and allows us to, once we hit that midpoint, to upgrade to where we need to be. So we'll save this round, just throw in a D-Roth for now, just to fill the space, and this is going to allow us to have enough gold to upgrade after the boss, be at level 9 capacity, and just from then out find our remaining heroes. And you see once Jawhead has that couple of tank items on him, he just really does last forever. And that's without having our cyborg bonus in there or our 4 tanks in there, which they're coming as soon as we find the Jawhead and as soon as we find the Sicilian. Now here we could, actually we don't even have enough to upgrade here, so we'll wait 1 round, then upgrade and look for our heroes. Like I was like AFK for a second there. I was looking at or maybe I was just looking at what everybody was building. Probably gonna go for the clone here since I don't need any of those synergies, and I go for immortality. So able to find a Johnson and a Guinevere right off the bat, which is super awesome. So now all we need is a Sicilian to activate our 4 cyborg and 4 tanks. Since we already have 3 tanks and 3 cyborg, as soon as we throw that Sicilian in, the blood synergy will turn on and we'll get an additional 1 of each. So that is just yet another reason why this build is so cool. Also, not many people do this build, guys, so it's always always cool to see a build that not many people do, not necessarily a meta build, but you can still win with. And looks like the Gwins are just going to start now. And yeah, they're just popping up all over the shop. So this is when the game will start to heat up a little bit. We just need a Sicilian and an Odette. Now, our last hero to go in, so our 10th hero, is going to always be a Harith in this case. Because with the Odette, Harith, and Sicilian, that's going to give us 3 mage bonus. And also Harith is an Empire hero, so it just works well together. So something I usually forget to do when I'm doing this build is to buy a Harith at some point and just keep him on the side, because late game it is kind of hard to find a Harith. So I'll just let you guys know that. And now that we have a Sicilian, our 4 tank, 4 cyborg turns on. We got lucky in the shop there as well and got 2 Odettes, so we're looking really good now. We already have 2 2-star Guineveres. Very tanky from the cyborg and a ton of shield at the start from the tanks. So it's a really thick build and it's very hard to deal with. This build does counter the Marksman Abyss Wrestler build as well. So usually if I'm going versus Marksman, I will put Odette where Carmilla is, at the very, very front, once I get her 2-star to burst them all down. But in this game in particular, we were able to get Guinevere to 3-star, and we're going to put her at the very front. Now, I got really, really lucky at that point to find that Harith, because usually you'll have to search for a little bit when you're at level 10 capacity to find a Harith, because he is 1 gold. But we're able to find him, which means with the blood synergy and the Empire synergy, we get 6 Empire, which makes all the difference. So now we're tanky, we're stunning, and we're taking their mana. Really hard late game build to beat. Dragon Altar is just about the only build that counters you, but even I think they are Dragon Altar and we're still able to beat them just by how much we've obviously progressed. And the 3-star Guinevere, she really can't be touched. If you notice, last round her hit points was completely full, and it's going to be this the same this round, so she's really cool to watch. And we are almost double their power. We've scaled really, really well, and she's got great defense items on her. And as we're going to see this round, she can't be touched. So really fun build, guys. I hope you try it out. And yeah, looking forward to the next season. I think it's going to be crazy, and I think it's going to help the channel out a lot. All right, thank you guys for this one, and I'll see you soon.
Are you ready to lose with style?